can't believe we haven't really come across this. You all right, Drew?
Yeah, what?
Piercing the foreskin.
Well, they do that.
You never see it.
Yeah, they do it, though.
Although I don't see a lot of pierced penises, but I don't hear about it.
Or a lot of foreskin.
Certainly in Europe. That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Foreskin is like your earlobe.
But then, right, who wants to do it then? It's too easy, not sensational enough.
Right, but it still could be kind of cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then what you could do is you could start training the skin, like some of those natives in Africa do, where they start putting a big wood plate in it, and they keep progressively graduating up to a larger wood plate.
Like cork or something.
To eventually just have this huge, you could like skip rope around your foreskin.
That's nice.
That's great. All right. Where are we going here, Drew?
4.
Marcus.
Hi.
Hey, you're 24.
I got a problem. I was going out with this girl for about 3 months, and I found out that she told me everything was going great, and but she told me she kissed somebody, and we broke up for a couple of days. So we get back together, and the final 2 weeks of school, everything's going great. I get back home, I don't really hear from her, and I call her up, and she tells me she's seeing her old boyfriend back home.
Mm-hmm. And by the way, when somebody admits that they kissed somebody, you can always upgrade to at least a hand job. Am I right, Drew?
I think so.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's sort of like when you ask people how much do you smoke, and they say pack a day. It's probably pack and a half.
Yeah.
You ask a woman how much she weighs, she says 140 pounds. They make it 165. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Certain things in life that way.
But what's your question? I'm not trying to understand.
Well, she
was negotiating the hand job.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
She tells me she reason why she went, I guess, kind of went back with me the last 2 weeks is she would rather give me something that I want instead of lose me altogether. And I told her I don't want anything to do with her now, and she can't understand why I can't be her like best friend now.
Yeah, women have a greater capacity to, they're much more fluid in their relationships. They can go from lover to friend much more easily than a man can.
Yeah.
And a man, you need a lot of time and maybe not even able to do it at all.
Man needs an alternate lover. Because here's the thing. Young men are constantly looking for sex. Right, Drew?
Mm-hmm.
So when you're with a partner, you're having sex, everything's fine. Then you lose that partner, you're no longer having sex. So that partner then wants to become a friend. Now, unless you find another partner to fill the sex void, you're looking, and you're going to go toward the nearest person around. Plus, men, even though they say they like a challenge, sexually, not really.
No.
They want to get laid.
Yeah.
Believe me, if they could just go to any bar and buy anyone a beer and drag them back to the van and hump them, they'd be all for it. So and here's the problem. Here's how guys think. Aha. I'm coming on to something here. Women know they could have sex with most guys if they chose. Guys don't know that. Guys don't know that at all.
That what? That they could do that.
Right, and they can't.
They can't. They don't not only know that, they can't.
But if there's someone hanging around them who they've nailed 300 times,
yeah,
they think, now that's someone I could get.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten them before.
Right.
That's the way a guy thinks.
Yeah, but I think you're getting off the track here a little bit. I mean, he emotionally can't handle being her friend.
Right.
He just can't. Not that he couldn't resist having sex with her. It's that he just couldn't handle being her friend.
I'm talking about guys in general.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, well, don't do it if it doesn't feel comfortable.
That's right.
And it's going to be torture. Oh, God knows I've tried that. Drew, you ever tried that?
The befriend thing?
Break up with someone and you end up spending time with them anyway? There's always an agenda. Here's your choice. Here's your choice. Either there's an agenda you're aware of or an agenda that you're not ready to admit that you have. But either way, there's an agenda, right?
Or at least the partner's got one of those two.
Somebody's got an agenda,
yeah,
and it ain't going to work.
Yeah.
Shannon.
Yeah.
You're 16.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I wanted to know if you could get pregnant from giving head to a guy.
Sure.
How?
What?
How would that happen?
I don't know. I was just wondering because, like, I haven't had my period for 2 weeks, and I was supposed to get it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you're just missing your period, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're pregnant. I mean, certainly obviously pregnancy is the most common cause of that, but there are certainly many, many other reasons that can happen. How could you get pregnant from oral sex? Help me understand how that could happen.
No, I was just wondering because I was just like,
Well, tell me how that can happen.
I don't know. That's why I was.
Do you understand? Here's the deal. The reason I don't want to be too harsh on you, but you're engaging in sexual activity. Do you understand how pregnancies occur?
Yes.
How do they occur?
From a male sperm contacting an egg.
And how does it get to the egg?
What?
How does it get to the egg?
It goes there. I don't know exactly. It's just...
Well, the sperm goes inside your body, Drew. Couldn't it trickle down? Here's an interesting point Shannon brings up. Whatever it is you ingest via the mouth eventually exits the vagina, right?
Yeah.
Any liquid.
The vagina?
Yes. Meaning, if Shannon puts a Mountain Dew up to her lips,
everything
and I'm guessing she drinks a fair amount of Mountain Dew, don't you, Shannon?
No, I hate it.
Ooh.
Everything.
Sunny Delight?
No.
There's got to be something turning you into the way you are.
Everything except the fluid piece.
The point is Shannon takes a Mountain Dew, she dumps it into her throat. Eventually,
no.
Why not? Okay, Shannon takes a glass of water, dumps it down her mouth. Eventually, exits the vagina.
Near the vagina, yes.
Through the vagina.
By the vagina.
Right smack dab in the center of the vagina. So why wouldn't sperm then do that?
Because it doesn't get absorbed. It stays outside the body in the gut.
It doesn't exit the body?
Via the anus.
So it's like you're having butt love.
No, it's not. Smart guy. This is a good case in point for you, though, to understand how things are outside the body when they're in the gut.
Oh, you're telling me if producer Ann drank a tumbler of my love, it would...
You are so gross! Why do you give me these things to think about?
It would... All of the 32 ounces of my man batter would leave through her anus?
No, I'm sure some of the protein would be broken down and absorbed. Some of that
so she could use it.
But the remnant would be excreted.
But not through the vagina?
Not through the vagina.
What does... but when you drink water, it comes out of your pee-pee, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. Fluids come out that way, yes.
Well, isn't a sperm a fluid? Is it solid?
Semen is a fluid. Sperm in the semen is a protein.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is yours solid?
Yeah, mine just comes out in a big block.
I got to remember.
I dropped some on my foot the other day. I sprained my toe.
Uh-huh.
What's that?
You really don't know how kidney work, do you, at all?
The kidneys?
Yeah.
Do guys have kidneys, too?
Oh. Hey, listen, speaking of misconceptions, let me point out just how... I don't want to say pathetic, but how easily we can be misquoted on this show.
Go ahead.
Here's the facts. My boyfriend and I were discussing contraceptive and abortion methods, and the RU-486 came up. He claims Drew said that it prevents ovulation so women can't get pregnant. RU-486 is a pill that causes an abortion.
Yeah. You were talking about the morning after pill.
I was talking about the morning after pill.
And I was talking about RU-486.
Right. Two different things. I was talking about three names. It's called emergency contraceptive, morning after pill, or postcoital contraceptive. All the same thing. It's a birth control pill taken after intercourse within 72 hours, prevents ovulation, doesn't cause abortion, as opposed to RU-486, which is not available in this country yet, as far as I know.
Right.
Does cause an abortion.
All right. But God willing, it will be soon. Monica.
Monica?
Monica.
Put her on hold.
Put her back on hold. Natalie.
Yeah?
How old are you, Pumpkin?
12.
Oh, well, that anus and sperm talk. You didn't hear any of that, did you, Natalie?
Yes, I did.
Oh, boy.
Heard all of it.
Oh.
I am so sorry. That's 6 months of therapy.
All right. I called to tell you your porno name.
Oh, my porno name?
Yeah. First what's your middle name?
Rock.
Are you serious?
No, I don't have a middle name.
Okay, we'll just say it was Rock. What street do you live on?
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
I'll give you the street I grew up on.
Okay.
That would be Houston Street.
Okay, so you're Rock Houston.
Ooh.
So
That did work.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that game. You're supposed to take your middle name. I think it's your middle name. Sometimes you can play with, the name of your first grade teacher or something. Oh, am I all right, Mike? You take your middle name. Drew, do you know how the game is played? Because my mic's screwed up.
I think I understand. Take your middle name and take the street you grew up on. Put them together. That's
right.
it.
What's yours, Drew?
Drew's my middle name.
Oh, Drew's your middle name? What's your, all right, so it'd be Drew. What's the street you grew up on?
Madeline.
Drew Madeline. Sounds like a Dickens character or something.
Yeah.
That's pathetic, man.
Yeah, hey.
Rock Houston.
I know.
Come on. All right, Natalie.
Okay, thanks.
All right, listen.
Stay away from porno.
Stay away from porno. Keep your virginity.
Don't listen to the show anymore.
Okay?
All right.
All right, and tell all your friends not to listen to it either.
Why not?
Oh, I don't know. Okay, yeah. Your friends should listen.
All right.
All right.
Next year, the year after.
Well, maybe she's hanging around with a bunch of 19-year-olds.
Well,
Oh, it scares me to say that kind of stuff in front of a 12-year-old. John,
Yeah,
you're 21.
yeah.
What's going on?
Nothing, man. I just like.
oh, okay. Goodbye. Good night.
Well,
What is
said
that?
he constantly wanted to have sex on the screen.
Well, guess what? He's on the radio.
He did slide the F word in there. I don't know if you
Did
heard
dump
that.
that, Mike? Okay.
All right. Mike's on top of that. Nicole,
Yes. Hi.
you're 24.
Yes.
What's happening?
Well, I'm 24 and I'm a virgin still.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. And you want me to take that away from you?
No, not you specifically, but
Really?
I'm not sure how to. I mean, I want to have sex with someone that's special to me, or
What about me?
well, you're special to me when I listen to you, but
All right. Well, you'd be listening if I was humping you. All right. You want to find a guy?
yeah.
Mm-hmm. What kind of guy do you like?
Intelligent, nice, okay looking, decent looking.
Doesn't have to be real good looking.
No.
I love that about women. They don't need guys to be that good looking.
It's convenient for you, then.
Hey, what about Engineer Mike?
I haven't seen him, but you know.
Well,
you know.
who cares what he looks like? He's intelligent.
Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe if I met him.
What are we doing here, guys?
What city do you live in?
I'd rather not say.
You live in California?
Yes.
Could you come over to the studio and meet Engineer Mike?
No, I'm not in that area.
Oh, okay. All right, so you want to know how to meet a nice guy?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Just how to establish an intimate relationship, a long-term relationship. I've had short-term.
Are you a religious gal?
No, not at all.
Why are you a virgin?
I don't know. Boyfriends I've had have been like 2 to 3 months, and just hasn't ever gotten to that stage.
Why have they
You
ended?
a big gal?
No, I weigh like 140 pounds.
Why have they ended?
Either I've gotten bored or they've gotten bored. I don't know.
Bored.
Bored.
I think, yeah.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a student.
What are you studying?
Medicine.
I got to be honest with you, Nicole. Whenever somebody calls and says they're a virgin past, let's say, 21, I always think there's a little something up. Now, it can sort of be salvaged if they tell me they're very religious people,
Right.
and this is just the way they were brought up.
Right.
But you're not a religious person.
No, I mean,
There's something going on.
Right.
I mean, bored, it's hard. I mean, bored means you don't make a connection with people. Why can't you make an intimate connection?
I don't know.
I mean, it's hard to get bored with somebody after you make some sort of real connection. That's bored. Bored is a way of defending against real feelings. If you don't want to have a feeling, you get bored and you move on. You find ways to distract yourself. God forbid you should have an intense feeling.
Where's your dad?
He. It's true. I didn't grow up with him, so.
Yeah. What happened to
I
him?
do listen to you guys all the time. My parents got divorced when I was 2, so.
And he wasn't around after that?
No, I wasn't.
Oh, Drew, you know what you ought to do? Leave your family right now.
My daughter may be a virgin.
Yes. Well, listen, Nicole, it's pretty clear what's going on. Your dad abandoned you, and you're too scared to get hooked up intimately with anybody for fear you'll be abandoned again, right?
Probably so, but how do I do something?
Well, it has nothing to do with the guy.
Absolutely.
It's just
all about you.
it's all your own issues, right?
Well, I mean, I don't have guys falling all over me, but sometimes I have guys
Yeah,
that like me.
but listen, whenever you're ready to go, there's a guy. There's plenty of good guys.
I don't know.
But your issue isn't
It's
not being able to find a guy.
No, it's not finding the right guy. It's not being
You got to find
able
the right therapist.
I think you're going to have to. I mean, really. And, either that or God knows you may establish, a kind of relationship you could establish is with a guy who is really not emotionally available, and you both stay sort of in your separate little detached worlds, and that might be comfortable for you.
Hey, that's my fantasy
I know
world.
that's yours, but...
Hey, Drew?
Yeah.
We talk to people all night long whose dads abandoned them, so they just got hump happy, and they tried to, every new guy looked like Papa, and they couldn't get enough attention sexually.
Right.
that seems like it's a good 90% of the females.
Yeah.
What would you say that in Nicole's case, like
Same
10% of the time, it can go the exact opposite direction?
Well, I mean, I think that's true in general of humans, and just sort of generally. I mean, think about homosexuality.
Mm-hmm.
Guys can either be homosexual.
Hold on. Okay,
You got it? Okay.
Yeah.
They can either be homosexual, or they can be homosexual and be scared to death of it and go beat up homosexuals.
That's like me?
It's like you.
Right.
But it's the same thing. It's the same phenomenon. It just has a different sort of twist overlay to it. I don't know what makes somebody go one way as opposed to another.
Right. It'd be better if more people went the Nicole route, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I suspect it has a lot to do with the sort of cultural values, environments, and things that people are brought up with, what the parents tell them they should do or believe.
All right, let's sell one of these calls, Drew. You see any that look good on there?
No.
You don't?
Not really.
Doctor gave girlfriend the morning after pill?
Then said it was the wrong one. Let's go to that one.
All right, well, we'll talk to that. That's Dallas.
All right.
Dallas is 16, and we'll talk to Dallas after this.
Hi, this is Tony Bennett, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. I want to give a quick shout-out to my gal pal, Elvira. Actually, I don't know her, but Elvira sent me a nice little novelty gift and a happy birthday card. Although my birthday's not for...
I got to do a little searching for some tapes there. I was just thinking I'd drone into a recorder with some of the stuff I think is really important for you. But
oh, please. Just go get one of your lackeys to go get me a book on cassette. That's all.
Find that stuff.
All right. Let me give a quick message to... my birthday's coming up on May 27th. Some of you may be compelled to send me over a little ditty.
Please.
Well, come on. All the entertainment I provide over the years?
All right.
Please. Thank you. Here would be a request, though. No novelty sex edible gifts. You know what I mean?
Even the cakes?
Well, Ann got me. Ann got me the Big Santa No Free boob cake last year, and that was pretty exciting. But I mean, I've gotten the gummy boobs. I got the gummy penis. I got the pasta shape, the penis. That was the pasta penis. Lots of penis and boob shaped stuff. And then stuff you're supposed to eat.
Yeah.
And I always go, hey, that's nice. And it goes into the trash.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me something, I don't know. Well, I'm trying to think. Send up like some chocolates or something.
Right.
I'll eat that.
Right.
I mean, I appreciate it. But believe me, just because I talk about this god-awful sex all night long, doesn't mean I want to eat it.
I might have to bring my gift back for you.
Did you get me the jock full of nuts, Engineer Mike? That's a great novelty gift. Jockstrap filled with peanuts. Oh, the chock full of nuts. All right, but anyway, I want to thank Elvira for thinking of me and sending that out.
Chock full of nuts coffee. Remember they used to be on every corner? It used to be on every corner in New York.
I know.
Don't see it anymore.
They still sell it at the market, though.
Interesting.
Dallas.
Hello.
All right, so Dallas is 16. Doctor gave your girlfriend the morning after pill.
Yeah.
And she said it was wrong.
All right, let's see, last Thursday we came over here and like we messed around and like I wouldn't say we fully had sex, but like I got in her, you know. And her parents ended up finding out, and so I said that she should go to the doctor.
How did they find out?
We were walking back to school from my house and her mom drove by.
Okay.
Hold on a second. A quick Loveline reenactment there.
Yes. How did your parents find out?
Let's just take it. Let's rewind it a little bit further.
Okay. We're fooled around.
And all right, I'll be him, and you be you, Drew.
Okay.
Because even you have difficulty playing you.
Yes, okay.
And so I was in her a little bit, but anyway, her parents found out.
How did parents find out?
Well, we're walking back from school, and her mom drove by.
Oh, that makes perfect sense. I understand that.
Okay. See, when I say it, it all becomes crystal clear, doesn't it? Oh, yeah. You shouldn't have walked back from school.
We had left school at lunch and went to my house, and her mom drove by when we were walking from my house to school, going back to class.
So you must have been getting it on?
Yeah.
Were your pants around your ankles or anything? Did you high-five a mailman as he walked by?
No.
She just knew you guys were together, but you could have been eating lunch, right?
Or just making out or something.
No, I mean, her parents are like really, really untrusting and really paranoid.
Yeah, but you're really, really stupid if you just cop to it.
Well, all right.
Okay.
They caught us on the way back, and it was like the only place we could be is my house, and they knew that my mom wasn't home.
So you must have been getting it on?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so anyway,
I call these shrewd and smart parents.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Very smart. Were they right?
Yeah.
Well, listen, Dallas ain't that hard to fool. Dallas, like, with the dog, when you have the tennis ball and you throw it a few times, and then the third time you just do the fake throw and the dog goes running anyway.
Right.
That's kind of Dallas mentality.
All right, Dallas, what happened?
All right. I told her that she should go to the doctor and get the morning after pill because I heard you guys talking about it.
Ooh, that's great.
And so, like, the next day, she talked to her parents and everything, and her parents took her to the doctor.
She told her parents about the fact that you were having sex because of her desire to get the morning after pill?
That didn't make sense to me.
I told her since her parents had pretty much guessed what was going on, just to tell them the truth.
Right.
And by the way, to get the morning after pill, you don't have to tell anybody anything.
Yeah, I know, but her parents already found out, and we thought it would be easier just to go through them.
All right. Okay.
And she doesn't like doctors very much, and she likes hers a lot.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, she went to the doctor the next day, and the doctor prescribed her the pill and said that it had to be taken between 48 and 72 hours.
That's true.
And she went and she got the pill, and she took it. And then, probably 3 hours before the 72-hour mark, I guess the doctor called and said there had been a mistake, and that the pill she got, she had to take within 24 hours.
What pill did she get?
I don't know.
Huh.
But,
so then what?
So anyway, at the moment, we don't know whether or not she's pregnant because she still hasn't gotten her period.
I don't know of any of them that can't be taken at 72 hours. My understanding is...
But why didn't she go back and get the pill that was supposed to be taken...
At 72 hours?
I don't know, and I would have called to, tell her to, except that it happened on that day. I was out of town, and the only reason I ever found out was her mom had left a message for me, and I didn't get it until later that day.
I think you're going to be fine.
You'll be fine.
Yeah.
And why are you having sex without a condom anyway? Okay, forget it. All right, Dal, stop screwing up and stop admitting to stuff, would you? Please.
I have one more question.
You didn't tell Dad you wiped your Johnson on his bathrobe when you were done, did you?
No.
Just filling in some details?
Dallas?
Okay.
Yeah.
What was your other question?
All right, my other question was about abortion. I know, later in, they use, vacuum, but how do they do, the really early term abortions?
It depends on the technique. Basically, what they got to do is go and scrape out the uterus.
Ooh, what do they use?
They may just use a sort of a curette, like a long spoon with a sharp edge.
Mm-hmm.
Scrape it out.
It's called a curette?
Well, let's see, yeah.
But that's a simpler procedure than taking the RU-486 pill?
No.
Oh, it isn't?
No.
So, wait a minute. Let me get something straight. You're saying that getting in stirrups, disrobing, spreading yourself wide open that way, and having
it's putting an instrument inside the body. I mean, the uterus is a sterile space.
Hey, true.
The vagina is outside the body.
True.
Okay.
True.
I'm making your point for you, Adam, that it's really a very invasive procedure. It's not just like
I know, but true. Can I finish an effing point here, for Christ's sake?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Royal
No, forget it. Jesus
Yes,
Christ.
Your Royal Highness.
Well, for Christ's sake, I'm trying to make a goddamn point here.
I'm trying to help you make the point.
What did I say?
You were basically going to describe getting a pelvic exam. It's not about being in stirrups, being in it was going into an operating room. That's the point.
Aren't you in stirrups?
In an operating room.
I didn't say where the
No, you're not in stirrups, as a matter of fact.
You're not?
No, you're in a goddamn operating room.
What are you, bent over a pommel horse?
No, they have different... It's not stirrups in an operating room.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't.
You know I'm right.
No, it isn't.
What are you on, two gurneys?
No, these big things that support your legs. They're not stirrups.
Yeah, but anyone who walked in, any layman would call them stirrups, right?
No, because they're not under the feet. They're not stirrups. They don't look like stirrups.
Okay, so you get on one of these things, you spread yourself open.
Yes.
And then what?
Go under anesthesia.
General?
Sometimes. Sometimes.
Local?
No.
Got to be general.
Well, it could be a twilight. Sometimes just to put you to sleep.
Yeah, okay.
Without anesthesia.
And then they dig around in there with something that looks like the thing that's hanging off your neighbor's barbecue grill.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, but We could do that,
Yeah.
or we could take RU-486.
Right.
Right. Okay, you effing idiots. My God, what is this? What is our government here for? They're here to torture their citizens? This is torture. It really is. I mean, imagine the psychological damage that goes on with this procedure.
Yeah.
That is a horrible procedure. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Ann, would you rather do that or take a pill if you needed an abortion? Here's something. Wait, I just want to say something real fast. Lisa, Sherry, and Ann are over there. Mike, you stay out of this. You don't even have your nuts. Here's my point.
He has just cut off from
You're pregnant. You're going to have an abortion. You're not going to keep the child. You have to go through the procedure that Drew just described to you, or you could just take a pill, except for even though this pill has been safe and everyone knows it's safe and it's been in Europe for 10 years, they will, and Viagra was blew through the FDA in 15 minutes. They will not let you have this pill because of some stupid, trumped-up, religious right, political BS. You cannot get this. You must go there and actually risk your life. Theoretically, Drew, right?
Yeah.
Be put into this contraption and have a guy with barbecue tongs scrape around your uterus?
Yeah.
Now, aren't you sort of outraged? You know what I mean?
Yes.
I mean, Engineer Mike, I'll let you jump in now. If I was a guy and I knew there was a pill I could take, or I could have a guy put his hand in my ass up to his elbow, I'd be goddamn pissed that I couldn't get that pill.
Yeah.
Please. What are we thinking here? What's up with the government? I got all the time in the world to go chase poor Todd McCormick, the pot farmer, down and make sure the poor cancer victim can't get a weed in his system, but they won't work on stuff like this. Ridiculous. Please, your job as a government is to do what we want you to do. Not worry about keeping your job. We gotta totally rework this system, Drew.
One of the books I'm getting you is called History of the American People.
Why don't you get me
context in which we're operating here.
Just get me a hunting rifle. I'm going to take care of everything. Don't you worry. Kelly.
Yes.
You're 27.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet if there were more women who were in politics, this pill would be over here by now.
Got to get people to vote.
Instead of all these idiots lying about their religion. Every president in the world has to go to church. Clinton coming in and out of church. When he's not feeling up White House pages and bombing foreign countries, he's at church. Please.
Good point.
Kelly.
Yes.
What's going on?
I have a friend that has chronic hepatitis C.
Yeah.
It's been, I guess, in a remissive state for some time. Lately, she just had blood work done, and her titers are just off the scale.
Her liver enzymes.
Yes.
Yeah. She needs to be treated.
Right. She's going in they're sending her up to Stanford for treatment.
Why?
That's, I guess, what her doctors told her.
Are you near there?
What's that?
Are you near Stanford?
She's been to Stanford once before.
No, are you in Sacramento or something? Where are you? Where are you calling from?
Stockton.
Okay, so near Stanford.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
From Washington, D.C.
Hey, Drew, when you're living in Westwood and they're sending you out to UCLA for treatment,
that's what I'm trying to establish.
It's next door.
That's what I'm trying to establish.
I know. Come on, Kelly. What, do you got hepatitis in your brain?
Kelly.
Yes.
Go ahead. So what's the question?
I'm trying to figure what are some of the side effects of interferon?
They're pretty protean. A lot of people have trouble tolerating it. I'd say the most common thing that I have seen is sort of a flu-like syndrome. People, it's feel achy and like lousy.
You take the interferon for the hepatitis?
Yeah, and really to eradicate the virus, you got to take it for a year. And it's very difficult to take it that long. And people are advocating using ribavirin with it.
I thought they took the interferon for the AIDS.
Well, interferon is an immune modulator, and so they're different. It helps eradicate viruses, and it just happens to be very effective for hepatitis C. It's about 30% of the time, at best, I'd say, after a year of treatment, you can get a cure.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, there's A, B, and C hepatitis now?
Yeah, actually, 30% probably awfully optimistic.
Just talking to a good male friend of mine, turns out he has hepatitis.
C?
Chris? No. Actually, another good friend. For Christ's sake. And I think my dog had hepatitis. Drew, I got to get checked for this hepatitis. Yeah. It doesn't manifest itself in any way?
No.
Yeah, I don't know it?
Just get irritable and crabby and...
Eyebrows get bushy?
Yes.
Hair gets nappy?
Yeah, well, distributes strangely.
Ooh. Okay. They'll look into this. Drew, could you bring a test in? Couldn't you test
Draw
me?
your blood, yeah.
You could?
Well,
Why?
I can't send it out at midnight.
Well, not tonight.
You can come to my office. I'll do it.
You're all the way out there. All right, we'll work on this. We'll be back.
Dangerfield. I'll tell you, the guys here at Loveline are the greatest. They're the best in the whole world. Now, will you please untie me?
Rodney sounds like he's doing an impersonation of himself, doesn't he?
Yeah. Hey, so you said your grandma listened to the show last night?
Yeah, she called me today. Told me how much she enjoyed last night's show. Listened to the whole thing.
She liked Daryl Hammond.
She certainly did. And I've never, she's told me, no, she rarely compliments the show.
What was it she liked, did she say?
I don't know. She liked Daryl Hammond, I guess, doing Clinton and doing, I think.
Glory to God.
Wow, Drew, that's pretty good. Drew, you're rangy, buddy.
Hey, I have another question for you. So I'm in my office today. All of a sudden, my staff comes over and goes, Adam Carolla's on the phone.
Oh, yeah.
So I run to the phone. What the hell's the matter, Adam? And what was your question?
Oh, how long does nicotine stay in your system?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was sort of settling a bet.
With whom?
Well, I'll get the guy in trouble if I talk about him on the air. So I promised him I wouldn't. So I'll just have to discuss that with you off
This
the air.
is somebody whose wife wanted him to stop smoking?
No, it's really, there's nothing exciting about it at all.
All right.
That's why I didn't bother bringing it up tonight. Plus, I told him I wouldn't talk about it on the air. It has to do, it's a professional thing. All right, I'll talk to you about it off the air. It really doesn't.
I asked you what the hell, what was going on. You go, oh, we'll talk about it on night radio.
Yeah, I meant before the radio. All right, really. And that's bad radio. Listen, all you people listening, it's nothing. It's not exciting at all. I just told the guy I wouldn't talk about him on the air, that's all. Susan, you're 49.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, I have been divorced about 3 years and haven't had an intimate relationship in over 2, and I'm starting to date, and I'm a little nervous about getting intimate again.
Who was the intimacy with the first year after your divorce?
Short-term, mini-term.
Okay. What do they call those?
But now I really want like a relationship.
Bring back? What are they,
Rebound.
Rebounds.
Yeah, no, it wasn't rebound. It was just kind of just a big lust thing for a couple of months.
Mm-hmm.
Now I really
right after you finished your marriage?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll call that a rebound then?
We'll call it that.
Okay.
Younger guy?
No.
Really? How old was the guy?
I don't know, mid-50s.
Oh, well, you don't sweat the details, do you?
No.
I'm not, Drew, are you, you're not picturing,
what I'm trying to tell
hold on,
you.
would you shut up for a second? Drew, you're not picturing John Forsythe, are you?
No.
A guy like an ascot in a $700 Navy Blazer, pulling up an Aston Martin. Are you picturing that?
Yeah, now I am.
Oh, now you are? Susan?
Yeah.
All right, so what's going on there?
Well, so, because, like, now I really, want a relationship that includes great sex, so I want to know, like, what's the best way to handle this with a guy so I don't get him into any trouble or diseases or whatever, and, like, take the lead to protect myself and
Condoms.
get over worrying about it.
Condoms.
Well, yeah, I know that, but I mean, like, to talk about it beforehand.
Talk about wearing the condom beforehand?
Or bringing up the issue of intimacy and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
guys don't mind you bringing that up.
Okay.
No. They certainly, well, maybe at 49 they do.
Well, if they are wishing to do that with you, you're bringing it up as sort of a green light that gets them over their discomfort, I bet. Would you say?
Oh, yes.
It would be a better thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I'd rather discuss it up beforehand than...
That's great.
Well,
I think that's very smart.
Yeah, but I don't know. Don't
clinicalize it too much.
No.
Yeah, I mean, let the guy go through his little ritualistic paces a little bit. I mean, you don't have to bring it up at the restaurant. Wait till you get home and you're making out a little bit, and then you can bring it up, right? Guy likes to think he's pulling a fast one on a woman. Here's what a guy likes to think. Guys like to think they're having sex with the women, and the women did not have any intention of having sex with them at the beginning of the night.
They're getting away with something.
But somehow they were able to coerce them into sex.
Right,
the reality is women know very quickly who they're going to have sex with and who they're not going to have sex with. They decide probably even earlier than the guys do, and they do it at their own pace. They just make it seem as if they're being won over by the guy. Would you agree, Drew?
Something like. I think they've certainly made up their mind way in advance.
Right. But don't spoil it for us guys.
But beyond that, it is up to the guy to make things happen.
Yeah. You got to kind of keep things going.
Yeah.
Pam.
Hi.
You're 19.
Yes.
going
I
on?
wanted to let you know that you cannot get hepatitis from your dog, and I've been trying to call.
Even if you had sex with the dog?
Even if you had sex with the dog.
I think we were concerned more that somebody in Adam's house has hepatitis and gave it to the dog. Is that possible?
No, we weren't worried about that either.
So the human viruses that cause hepatitis do not cross-infect animals?
Correct. The only thing you can get or give from a pet is like an eye infection.
Well, you can get Pasteurella, you can get all kinds of soft tissue.
You can get bacteria
Right.
like Coxidia and things like that.
Right.
But you cannot
And you get worms, you get dog worm, the Toxicaricanus and things. There's a lot of stuff you can get from animals.
But besides all that and the eye infection, that and then the eye infection is the only thing you can get, right?
Right. Like cats, they get AIDS and they get leukemia, but
no, we don't get that.
can't get AIDS or leukemia.
Right.
Even if you're having sex with the cat, Pam?
Even if you're having sex with
Oh, thank God.
Well, I just want to tell you guys that I've been listening to you for a couple years now, and I really enjoy your show, and you guys have helped a number of my friends.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you, pre-vet?
Yep.
Where?
Right now I'm going to Cal Poly.
Which one? Pomona.
Let's go to the Purina Institute in Battle Creek, Michigan.
Veterinary is a long, difficult road, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Well, how bad could it be if you screw up?
Well,
you know what I
once
mean?
you're out in it, but I mean, getting through the training.
Oh, I see. How much training does it take?
It's 4 years, to get your bachelor's, and then 4 years of vet school.
But I think most vets specialize now, right? They do a couple years more after that, don't they? Either large animals or farm or horses or surgery.
Well, I'm actually going to be working with small animals,
Yeah.
mainly cats.
Yeah.
And I've already been working there for 2 years at a place, so.
Now, animals, let's be fair here, are a vector of a fair number of diseases, right?
Yes.
I mean, cat mouths have a bacteria called Pasteurella multocida in them that'll give you that nastiest skin infection.
Really?
Right.
Dogs sometimes have that. And certainly the insects, the vermin that live on animals are vectors for human disease, right?
Right.
Yeah, look at that Lyme disease off a tick or something. Hey, Pam.
Yes?
There's dog ears, right?
Yeah.
Is that 7 to 1?
I'm not sure.
Oh, it should be the first thing they teach you. Okay, but you never hear much about the cat ears.
No, you don't.
It's about the same as the dog ear.
I'm not sure anybody knows the life expectancy of a cat. They all get run over or something happens to them before they
Yeah,
dead, don't they?
we've seen cats that have lived to be 22, and we've seen cats that live to be 2, so
How weird is
it
that?
just varies on,
Species?
their overall health. And
Yeah, but cats have to have an average life expectancy just like any other creature, and they probably could do one of those year things that they do with dogs. And let me present this. People now live longer. Like when this whole dog year thing came up, it's in relation to humans.
Right.
Meaning dog's 10 years old, dog's 70.
Hey, but dogs are...
But it's equivalent to a 70-year-old human. I think we came up with this dog year thing about 100 years ago when people were kicking off at 60.
Yeah, but dogs
now
also...
people are... they're kicking off at 85 now, right? So shouldn't dog years get... shouldn't we bump it up to like 7.5 or 8?
But dogs also have the benefit of medical science, and they too are living longer.
No, but not like humans.
Yes, same,
no,
yes.
Please. Don't insult
You don't
me.
see
I am insulted. Anne's insulted too. Yeah, they live a little bit longer, but they're not having
dialysis. Yes.
Okay, but what about transplants?
People are doing funny stuff with their pets now. They really.
Well, I'm not talking about the Gabor sisters. I mean,
I had my dog on chemo.
Yes, you
did. Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I had blood transfusion.
Yes.
I did all kinds of stuff when my dog had cancer.
What kind of cancer did your dog have?
Lymphoma.
What happened? Did he die?
Yeah.
Oh, baby. How long? How did the chemo work?
No.
For a while. It kept him alive longer, but
How much is the chemo?
it's a lot. We spent about $8,000 to keep him.
Oh, who's we? You and Doug?
Yeah.
He still married her.
Surprised Doug didn't sneak down at night with the pillow or something. Doug went along with that? Come on, Doug. You know Doug was pissed about spending $8,000.
You know, I really, and they were screwing around with that ehrlichiosis diagnosis.
First,
that was a bunch of bull.
You didn't send the dog to Mexico or anything for some sort of...
I was bringing the papers in for Drew to look
I know,
at.
I was like, this is a rare condition. Maybe the diagnosis of the week, but it's not what this is.
Wow.
But did you know that they get all the blood from greyhounds?
Because it's the fast blood.
I don't know, but that's what
Because
they got all the blood
maybe they
from.
let their blood before races or something. Who knows?
That is bizarre.
Yeah.
All right, but I still would contend that even though it has advanced, veterinary medicine has advanced, it has not advanced like human medicine. And most dogs do not get the full benefit of that.
Most dogs do not get the full
We're not all... I wish Ann owned me.
Yeah.
I really do. All right, Anna, don't feel bad now. You have other dogs now, right? Okay.
Oh, Adam, what did you do here?
Got started
what
with
did you do? And what, Adam?
Oh, $8,000. Just seems like a lot.
You remember how upset I was?
Yes, I do.
How long ago was this? I didn't know you then, right?
Thank God.
Oh, thank God. It's right.
4 years ago.
Kicked her ass.
Oh, I would have been
You said
miserable.
One rude thing.
All right. Engineer Mike, find out how long dogs and cats are living on the internet, would you? Come on, use that internet for something other than your own porn pleasure for a change. We'll be back.
This is Loveline.
Loveline will be right back.
Boston, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. Hey, we're early for a 10-second break, Drew.
What are we going to do?
How rare is that? I don't know.
We'll make it late.
Oh, yeah? Want to do it now?
Yes,
okay. We will be back in 10 seconds.
This is Loveline on
radio station.
KNRK is Portland, the new rock alternative. The new rock alternative. The new rock alternative. At 94.7 NRK.
Loveline. I'm Ace Rockola. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. So anyway, we're going to get on some calls, but I think it should be raised a year, the dog years. It shouldn't be 7.
Should be 8 to 1, huh?
8 to 1 now.
Okay.
I think that's very fair. Dog at 10 is like equivalent to man being 80.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to think about that. Maybe 7.5. Sean.
Sean? Sleeping.
Oh, Sean's 15. Let me see what Sean's problem is. Thinks something's wrong with him. Has a lot of problems. Nobody likes him. Probably because he's not real attentive. Sean? God knows what he's dreaming about. All right, we'll put him back on hold. I think he's sleeping. Sherry will wake her up. Oh, Lisa? Yeah, Lisa could wake the dead.
Right, we've seen that.
Yeah, I don't know how she does that. She's going to make a great mom one day. Kids in the next room masturbating. Lisa comes rapping on the door. All right, you got him up? Sean?
All right. Hello?
You there?
Yeah.
Did you speak to Lisa?
Yeah.
What'd she say to you?
Hello.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Hang this phone up and go to bed.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Dad? Hello?
Hello?
Sean?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry, man.
Is that your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pissed. Uh-oh.
Kind of seemed part of the reason he has low self-esteem. There we go.
Boy, I hated being 15.
Yeah.
Imagine you're 15. You hear Dad's big cowboy boots coming down the hall. Ka-clump, ka-clump, ka-clump. Steps on the can. Just keep a ka-clump. Gets to the door. Oh, did I hate that. Could you imagine moving back in with your parents?
Oh.
I would kill myself, and then I would kill them. Wait a minute. I'd kill them, and then I would kill myself.
Then you think about killing
Oh, I swear to God. And then my parents would... No. Actually, if my parents got back together and had to live together, they would kill each other, and then I would kill myself. Oh. Oh, Sarah.
Yeah. Yes.
Sarah?
Yes. Excuse me, I was coughing.
Oh, it sounded like there's like three of you
people,
there.
Yeah.
No, I was coughing.
No one was on the other line?
Not that I'm aware of.
All right, what's going on?
Yes, I have a question. I've been seeing this guy that I work with, and things were going fine and everything. We were getting, close together. And then all of a sudden that dropped off, and all he wanted was, the sexual part of the relationship.
That's all I wanted in the first place, I suspect.
Yeah, yeah. Anyways, now I broke everything off, and he can't understand why we just can't keep on going the same way we were going and not have any other part of the relationship.
Of course he understands. Either he's a total idiot, or he understands and he's just manipulating you.
Yeah, and I'm just wondering, because we work together.
Well, the only reason the guy's talk at the beginning of the relationship is because your pants are still on. Once they've talked you out of the pants, they clam right up, and then they try to whittle it down.
Well, I mean,
a lot of guys try to, especially younger guys, they try to, treat a relationship like a gin rummy hand or something. They don't want to just keep discarding the stuff they don't like till it's just a big sex hand, it's like, okay, I'll discard some conversation. I'll pick up a blowjob card. Let's see, we'll put down cuddling. Get rid of cuddling. I'll grab reach around. Anal sex. Oh, grab that one. They just try to build themselves a big sex hand.
But see, it's like we've been such good friends, and then it's like, we'll be friends and everything at work again, and then all of a sudden, like, today at work, all of a sudden he brings back up this relationship and wants to come over and hook up again, and I'm like, I don't understand why he just can't accept being friends.
Because he's horny.
He doesn't understand why you can't accept just having sex.
Why can't you just have sex?
Because it's different.
Because
that's right.
But the difference is between fundamentally men and women.
Because he doesn't want to have sex with just me. He wants to have sex with me and everybody else.
Right.
Well,
there you go.
But he doesn't want me to have sex with everybody else.
Well, it's not even so much about that. You want to have a relationship, but he just wants to have sex. You want to have intimacy, he just wants to have a physical encounter. And it's very different. It's a very different perception. They're a very different experience of a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to accept that he experiences it his way and you yours. And yours is quite valid. In fact, yours is healthier, much healthier.
Here's the part that's unhealthy about yours, Sarah.
What?
That you question how he could be the way he is and why can't he develop your outlook. That's one problem.
Yeah.
But may I speak now? What I was going to say is true, is that... now I lost my train of thought. Damn you. Oh, okay. Here's what's unhealthy about Sarah. Sarah would not be attracted to a guy who could share in her intimacy.
Possibly.
Aha. That's interesting, isn't it?
Possibly.
Josh.
Yes.
You're 22.
Yes.
What's going on?
Well, I feel kind of weird about this, but my girlfriend and I have been together for about a year, and lately, the last 2 months or so, when we have sex, we go for about 2 hours, and I still don't get off.
Really?
Yeah.
And you're trying from minute one?
Yeah.
Wow. That burst a vessel in my forehead. My calf would cramp up about 20 minutes into that. 2 hours. 2 hours of intercourse?
Yeah. I'm not kidding you. It sounds amazing.
Okay. Listen, I have your answer right here.
What's that?
You masturbate, right?
Not as much as everybody says I do.
Okay,
How much is that?
Well, I'd probably 2-3 times a week, maybe.
That's fine.
Okay.
It doesn't take you 2 hours then, right?
No.
No, what's it take you?
15 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Squeeze 3 off in 15.
Maybe do it less frequently.
I could be flaccid and someone could be knocking at the door and I could still go, let me just squeeze one off. Okay, so what position are you in when you masturbate?
Sitting.
You're sitting?
Yeah.
Sitting like you're sitting in a chair?
Yeah, on my couch usually. In front of my television.
Oh, do you have a roommate?
No, I live by myself.
Oh, good. Nothing worse. Okay.
I dealt with that in college. So.
Okay, all right. So you're sitting, and you're not even stretched out. You're just sitting upright.
Well, not upright, kind of leaning back, reclining.
Kind of leaning back, reclining. Okay.
I'm comfortable, and
right.
not like balled up in a fetal position.
Right. And what are you watching? A porno movie?
Sometimes.
Okay. Now get in that same position, put the same movie on, and just add her to the mix. Do you understand?
We've tried that, and it bothers her.
What bothers her? The movie?
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, you turn the sound down, you pig. Please.
Well, sometimes what I think it is that she feels that I'm getting off on the movie and not her.
Yeah, well, it's true. You spent 2 hours trying to get off on her. It didn't work.
Uh-huh.
Listen, what's wrong with you dumb women? Here's the whole deal with sex. You're supposed to enjoy whatever you enjoy. You know what I'm saying? You like the lights dim, you like them bright, you like them off. You know what I mean? If the other person's not being physically violated in some way, or you're making them do something, like shout out your old girlfriend's name, then leave the guy alone. Josh?
Yeah.
All right, do the same thing minus the movie and see if that works.
Okay.
Get in your position there.
My comfortable position.
Right, and just add her.
Okay.
And believe me, it'll work.
Okay.
Okay. Guys get used to that, and they get used to the position, and then sex becomes, especially when guys have been on their own for a while, Drew, sex becomes sort of alien. The sensation is alien to the penis, as bizarre as that sounds. Plus, if you think about it, if you're lying on your back, and I don't know how he does it sitting down, but anyway, if you're lying on your back and you got your legs locked out, and you got your pillow tucked up under the back of your head, and you got all these, you're in your position, and then you got your hand and your magazine and stuff, you then get on top of a woman, you're in a totally different position.
Right.
You might as well be whacking off in space or something. It's a totally different sensation. Your knees are bent, there's no magazine. All of a sudden, you got a different environment there. Am I right?
Ooh, scary.
Yeah, I had to make a tough transition myself that way. You know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
Because the first many years of just honing my skills, alone. Jeff?
Yeah. Hello?
Go ahead.
Yeah. 2 quick questions.
Yeah. Well, let me hang on a little longer.
Why?
Yeah, because people with that... they act like they were sleeping on the crapper and we called them up, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, hi, how you doing? Yeah. Anyway, screw you. Hang on a little longer. Lauren?
Yeah.
You're 19.
Yes, I am.
What's going on?
About a year ago, I got an STD, but I didn't find out till about 8 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wondering, when I'm in a relationship with someone, when in the relationship should I tell them, and how should I bring it up? And, I don't know when I should do this.
Which one do you have?
Warts.
Yeah.
Which everybody else has, Lauren. Do you understand that?
No, but sure don't work this angle.
But it's true. You live in a city?
Yes.
Okay. No, I mean, I live in an urban center. Over half of your friends have this. Do you understand that?
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
I swear they don't.
Yes, they do.
One of them might have 20 warts, but that doesn't mean...
No, the virus is exceedingly common.
A lot of people have it.
Okay.
So probably as good, whoever the guy is you're with has it already anyway. So, you need to meticulously practice safe sex. That's the important thing, and that should be a habit anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, but wait a minute, Drew. You can't tell somebody they have to wear a condom for the rest of their life.
No, the wart virus goes away.
It does?
Yeah.
When?
Yeah, it turns out the more recent data suggests it sort of burns itself out. It's hard to predict how long it's going to be present. I think it's variable.
75, 80 years?
No, like 5 years, 3 to 5 years, that sort of thing.
Really? How long have you had it, Lauren?
About a year.
Okay.
Yeah. But I haven't had a breakout for about 7 months.
Well, look, all you do is you use a condom when you're with a new partner anyway.
Yeah.
So you don't have to bring it up for a while. Right, Drew?
I mean, it's an ethical question that everybody has to answer for themselves. I mean, the wart virus is exceedingly common.
Right.
Exceedingly
True.
common.
You got to understand. Whenever you say that, I look across you, I see one huge wart. I see your body turns into a giant penis, and there's a huge wart where your head is. Your torso is the penis.
That's nice.
And your head is the wart.
Poster boy, then, for how common.
That's what I think every time I see you, and every time you speak about the warts. Jeff?
Yeah.
What's going on?
All right. My question is like this. Every time I meet a girl, and I have a lot of friends who are girls, and everyone that I like, they all just think of me as like a big teddy bear. None of them like me like that,
Yeah. That's common.
But it never works out.
You never have a girlfriend?
Once.
Once? How old were you?
17.
Yeah. Did you get laid?
Yeah.
All right.
Are you in college now?
Huh?
You in college now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Junior college.
No, college.
You're not in junior college?
I'm one of the smarter ones.
Really? State school, though? Northridge?
Nope.
What city are you calling from?
Baltimore.
Baltimore.
University of Maryland?
Yeah.
BS? Baltimore State?
No, University of
All right, Jeff.
Yeah.
You have opportunity to meet a lot of people.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a million friends.
I know.
It's not the problem. It's just that I guess my approach is wrong or something.
Listen, I swear to God, I never had a girlfriend in high school, and I don't think I had my first, like, real serious relationship until I was, like, 20, maybe 19 or 20.
All right.
And then what'll happen is you'll have a good year and you'll have some off years. It's just one of those things.
The relationship I had when I was 17,
Yeah.
that lasted until, like, recently.
And, all right, so you haven't been single for that long.
Well, I'm talking, like, 5 months.
How'd you meet her?
The party.
All right, so go to another party.
I go to parties every week.
Well, get drunker.
Do you ask girls out?
Yeah.
For dates?
Yeah.
What do they say?
And after we'll go to a movie or something, and then, we'll have gone out for a while, and then I'll be like, you want to go out with me, whatever. And they'll be like, no, I just think of you as, a really good friend.
Wait. Do you go up to women as a way of initiating the relationship, ask them out?
No.
Okay, start doing that. You said you hang out with them, and then you ask them out, right? Don't do that.
Just go over to somebody and say, hey, you want to go out?
Somebody, find ways to initiate relationships in a more significant way. You know what I'm saying? He's kind of hanging out, they're friends. Then all of a sudden he wants to have a relationship? No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Well, but can't you have many different lives dating? You know what I'm saying?
What are you saying?
Like, I used to get my ass kicked dating.
Yeah.
I mean, when I was 19, I remember it one time. Me and my buddy Louise were at some honky-tonk bar, and we went up to we purposely found two unattractive women because we thought our chance would be a lot better.
That's not dating.
Would you shut up and listen? I walked up to them, and I said, mind if I sit down? And they said, why? And I thought, that was the story of my life. I mean, I would take abuse from women.
Yeah.
I never got anywhere. But then I had some years later on, or more like weeks, really, where I strung together some pretty good months.
Yeah.
Went on a lot of dates, bagged a few women, and then it went down again, but
bagged a few.
Then it picked up again later on, and now I'm a big star, so who can tell? You know what I mean? But the point is you can't judge yourself by what you're doing when you're 19. You're not doing so well at 19. Doesn't mean you're damned to that.
No,
you can be 21, you figure it all out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And plus, it builds on itself. You get a couple of dates, you get a certain momentum going.
I don't think I basically didn't go on a date until I was 21.
Really?
I mean, I had a girlfriend, but never really dated.
But you always did well with women, right? You like women, you're good looking, and you're pre-med. I still tell people I'm pre-med.
That's good.
You have a TV show and a radio show, she'll get laid faster saying pre-med. I swear to God, women go nuts for that pre-med stuff. Laura.
Yeah.
You're 29.
I am.
What's going on?
I have the answer to your cat question.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, go ahead.
The average outdoor cat lives about 2 years. The average indoor cat lives 15 or more years.
All right. Well, I'm looking at natural causes. I mean, not coyote attacks. So I'll go with the indoor cat. 15 or more. 15, 16 years?
12 to 15 generally.
12 to 15.
Mm-hmm.
Now, would you say that's a year longer than a dog? I mean, is that
the same?
About the same?
Well, it depends on the size of the dog, actually. The larger dogs, like Great Danes or Mastiffs, generally live to be about 8.
Really?
And the smaller dogs generally live to be 12 or 13.
Because the Asians are always riding them? Thank you. Hey, Sherry says that cats, indoor cats even, don't live as long, 12 to 15. They don't, Sherry?
The average lifespan is about 12. If they live 15, that's a long time.
Really? You couldn't have piped up an hour ago when I was yelling about this?
I was on the phone.
All right, sweet. You know, my cat Norman lived till like 15.
Really?
Yeah.
Norman.
Oh, what a cat, that Norman. Norman, you know, used to want to come in the house. He'd climb up the screen door and bang on it. Ba-bang, ka-bang. The first 5 times he did that, it sounded like someone was just breaking in the house. But then you'd open the door and Norman would be standing there. And the first time he did it, now you're screwed.
Yeah.
Every time. And I'm talking about one of those big old wooden ones, not the aluminum jobs with the latch on it, or anything, just a big old 8-foot-high
door,
big wooden thing. He'd climb about halfway up it, and then he'd just pounce back and forth until the thing slammed hard enough that you'd come get him. Laura?
Yeah.
Thank you for that piece of information.
Oh, I also know why they use greyhound blood, by the way.
Why?
Because they bloodlet them before they euthanize them when they're through being track dogs.
Oh, that's interesting.
So they harvest their blood?
Before they kill them.
Is it just because so many greyhounds are killed that way?
I guess, before we have the...
But what about all the dogs in the pound? All right. Oh, who knows? I don't like those greyhounds. My friend has a Weimarounder. Weimaraner?
Honor.
Weimaraner. You don't know how to say it either.
Weimaraner.
Weimaraner?
Yeah.
This dog just leaps from the coffee table to the edge of the sofa, on your head, back onto an ottoman. It is completely hyper, and it has long paws, and it hits you right in the groin every time you walk in. It hones in. I swear to God, if we could somehow hook electrodes onto this dog's head and put it on a video monitor, we would see him lock into your groin like a sight through a submarine or a tank and go right for the nuts every time. Never fails. Brianna?
Yes, how are you guys doing?
You're 18.
I'm 18 and I have a problem. I've come to my own name for it. I call it sexual claustrophobia. But I've been with my boyfriend 3 years, and he's great in bed, no problem there. But sometimes we'll be sleeping together, and all of a sudden it's like I need him to get off me right then, right there, right now. I don't know.
Only sometimes.
Only sometimes. It's not all the time.
Okay, is there anything else about that circumstance that you can describe?
Yeah, it's right at like the peak of my orgasm.
So it becomes too intense.
Yeah, like kind of torturous.
That's normal. That's normal, Brianna.
That's all it is?
Yes.
Oh,
it's
okay.
like overstimulation. It's normal.
So how do I stop that?
He has to learn how to sort of clue into what you want. Teach him.
So just tell him to calm down a little bit?
Yeah, to help him understand when that moment is and what he needs to do in order to prevent you from feeling uncomfortable.
What's he do? Does he get off you?
I don't know. It's just like it's just so good, and then it just gets wonderful, and
let me ask you.
Orgasm and.
Okay, hold on a second. Okay. What does he do? Does he get off you?
Oh, when it happens, yeah, he'll just get off me.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he's perfectly cool about it, but.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, so he listens to you.
Yeah.
Is he a big guy?
No.
Oh, that's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd really get weird with a big guy on you. Why don't you get on him once in a while?
You mean ride him?
Yeah, all right.
Well, then you're in control, so you can stop doing that. If
you set the pace.
Oh, okay, great.
Great.
Thank you.
All righty. What are you laughing at?
You.
Why?
Just what gratifies you on this show? Oh, helping the youth.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember when I was 18 and not getting laid. All right, Drew, why don't we, let's pick a fun call. What do you got there? Jeremy's 26. Just how painful is that bladder scoping deal?
Do you want that?
How do they scope your bladder? They go up your urethra?
Yeah, with a curling iron.
Have you ever done that to someone?
I've had it done.
Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Your male lover, Jimmy, had it done.
Oh, really? Don't you ever disgrace him on the air again. All right, Drew, let's share a granola bar, right? All right, then we'll come back. We'll talk about putting a camera in your schwanz.
Hi, this is Tom Jones, and you listen to the Loveline.
There you are. Hey. Still chewing. Phone number, 1-800-LVE-191. Fax number 310-854-4455. All right.
This we said we talk about? The scoping? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Jeremy?
Yes, Drew and Adam.
Jeremy, what's up?
What's going on there?
Just want to know about the test.
You're 27.
Why are you having a cystoscopy? Do you have bleeding in your urine or something?
Yeah. And they did a IVP and renal scan, and those both came up negative.
Okay. Cystoscopy is sort of part of the routine workup for that.
Why'd you have it done, Drew?
I had a leakage problem.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What happened? One of your many venereal diseases?
No.
Picked that up
When
one
I
of those
was-
Asian sex stores?
I used to work out a lot heavier when I was younger. And it would always happen. Somebody said to figure this out. And that was part of it.
What'd you do, like a herniate some valve or
No.
something?
I don't know what the hell it was. Nobody ever figured it out.
So you just walk around with a big wet spot in your pants. Oh, that's good. Yeah, stay away from the khaki. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, wear a lot of jeans, a lot of stonewashed jeans.
What would you do?
Well, it was only when I was working out.
Would you put like a little cotton swab at the end?
You put a tampon up there.
Well, no.
I can't remember. I used to.
Yeah, what'd you do?
We're talking the front, not the back.
Yeah.
Hey, when I work out, I'll stuff a like face towel down there anyway, just to sort of fill things out around the gym. There's a lot of ladies there. You know, you're wearing some tight, like cycling type shorts. You know.
But it was
Oh,
like,
I can see you in those.
But I was
by
like,
the way.
I was like,
You hot stud.
but I was like 21. It just didn't seem right to me. And I didn't know anything. I was, a first year medical student. I didn't know anything about what the hell was going on.
All right. So what did they do?
This is asking me and said it was normal, and that was it. I mean, they take a thing about like this.
No, it can't be that wide.
Oh yeah.
Listen, you cannot fit that up. He's holding a Marks-a-Lot type pen, or he's holding just a regular pen.
Yeah.
Like a ballpoint type pen.
Yeah. Yeah.
No way, Drew. Let me explain something, Drew.
Mm.
When a guy puts something about the size of a piece of spaghetti in your urethra, you look down, you picture a steam locomotive going in there. Do you understand?
And they numb it up and all kinds of fancy stuff.
So it probably wasn't that big.
And actually, the procedure wasn't as bad as how much things burn afterwards.
How do they fit something in your urethra that's wider than your urethra?
They just do it.
And it's a camera they put up there?
It's a metal scope.
And how far does it have to go? Well, in your case,
has to go into the bladder.
It had to go like a foot and a half before it even got past the nuts, right?
Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh yes, you should see this, Drew. All right, so did they have to add another link onto the cord?
It was telescopic.
But they didn't run out of teloscopy. All right, so see, I think my penis is so short they could just look up there. Like doctor just put it up to his eye like he was looking at a telescope. Oh, yeah, there you go. No, it's right here. It's right at the end.
But, Jeremy, it's not that bad. And I was about your age when I was actually younger when I had it done. And
did they lube it up?
They numb everything and lube everything. And
they give you Valium?
They put you kind of quasi out of sleep for it.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's it. It takes a few minutes. Not a big deal.
Right, look around. What did they find in there?
Nothing.
And well, now that's when I want to kick them in the nuts. I put a camera up your schwanz and they find nothing. You know what I mean? You had nothing before they put the camera up your schwanz.
That's right.
Okay, so, and it burned for a while after that? Because it irritated it?
Yes.
And you have little fibers that go a certain direction in your penis?
No.
Why is it that it's so uncomfortable to go that direction?
It's inside your body. And going anything in there, you put anything... Anyway, it hurts.
Yeah, but it's like, it's sort of like, we've talked about this before. It's like when you put your finger down your throat, even if you don't make contact with anything, you're aware that there's something down there and it feels terribly wrong.
Yeah. Except the urethra, there's no way not to make contact.
Right. I mean, no, but what I'm saying is stuff has been going the other direction for so many years that something going the other way seems bizarre.
Yeah. It's just, even if you could make it go the same direction, it would hurt just as much.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, but when it was coming out, it sure felt a hell of a lot better than going in, didn't it?
It's all the same.
Yeah. Did they compliment you on your penis? Or is that considered out of line?
Poor form, yeah.
Poor bedside manner? Yeah. Hey, nice. Well, that could be good. I mean, wouldn't that be nice, though? I mean, if let's say they're working on you and they just threw one of those in, like, hey, that's nice.
That'd be worth going for.
That's beautiful. Yeah, like when you bring your dog to the vet or something, sometimes they go, oh, yeah, look at her. That's nice. Yeah, she's big. Look, and they talk to it a little bit. Come here. Okay. You didn't have an erection at the time? Could you do it with an erection?
I don't know.
Okay. Jody.
Yes.
Seemed easier if you had the erection in a way. You're 23?
Yes.
Yeah, but you got to remember the entrance to the bladder is way down in here. So all this has got to be pulled down so they can go through.
So they got to pull you down at that angle?
Yes. Oh. Everything's got to come down.
Oh.
Because it's not a flexible scope; it's a rigid scope.
You know what I'm going to do? On my 60th birthday, I'm going to have a sex change operation, become a woman.
Oh.
Then I'm going to live another 8 years, and I'm going to do away with all this prostate stuff and all these scopes and everything in the ass and the penis.
I mean, do away with it.
Well, I won't have the
for
penis
you.
anymore.
Oh,
I'll
I
become a woman.
Oh, I see.
And then instead of kicking off at 79, I'll kick off at 88. That'd be genius. Marry a rich guy.
I want to watch you get a pap smear.
I won't need it. I'll be past menopause. Do you need them after menopause?
Get you one anyway.
Do like grandmas get pap smears? Oh, that's got to be a bump.
A bump?
Yeah, like in the movie business, like if you're an extra but you're working around smoke or something, they give you a bump.
I see.
You know what I mean? I think it's a little dangerous.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Combat pay.
Yeah, a little something extra. A little something for the effort. Jody,
Yeah.
what's going on with you?
Nothing much. I was just listening to you earlier when you were talking about abortion,
Mm-hmm.
and never was it mentioned the non-surgical abortion.
Well, I thought about mentioning what is available. Adam likes to go off about RU46, and it gets a little confusing when I mention the Methotrexate Misoprostol combination, which has been available for some time, but is generally not used. And
Why not?
I'm not sure I understand why it's not used. Methotrexate is a chemotherapy agent, and Misoprostol is, or another name for it is Cytotec, is a common medicine for stomach protection. Turns out you put those two together, and you have a very effective abortive agent.
But how long or when can you use that?
You see, that's what I'm not clear on, what the sort of ethical, legal issues are pertaining to it and why they don't use it more.
Right. They said like the best time, I believe, is like around 6 weeks.
Early,
or so.
yeah, early.
Yeah, early on.
Is it the same way with that RU486, or can you use that
I don't know.
further into the term?
Don't know.
And is that just essentially just a toxic mixture of chemicals that...
Yeah. Well, actually, it's it screws with the dividing cells terribly.
Okay. I would reckon the RU486 is probably safer than mixing those two.
Yeah, I would think so.
Genius. Doug.
Yeah.
You're 26.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Well, sorry, it cut me half asleep.
He's been on hold for 55 minutes. Give me a break. Drew wanted me to hang up on you.
No, that would be bad.
Yeah.
Basically, what's going on is me and my girlfriend had broken up, but we're still kind of friends.
Mm-hmm.
And she still comes over a lot to my house, and she'll, basically make sexual advances to me, and then back off. She'll say that she wants to make love to me, later on that night, and then when later on that night comes, she's got a headache or she's tired or or she wants.
She's still in love with you, still wants a relationship.
Trying to set that hook,
but she knows better than actually doing that because it would hurt her.
Well, she was the one that broke up with me.
Well, whatever.
Why did she break up with you?
She's a lot younger than me. She's only 20, so she feels like she's missing out on things of her life. She had a lot of problems back when she was a kid.
What happened?
Abuse and molestation.
Well, this is a whole different thing then.
All right. Doug?
Yeah.
You probably sort of dodged a bullet here.
Yeah.
I mean, not that people that weren't that were molested or abused don't deserve love and all that, but it's kind of a tall order, and when they're 20, it sometimes takes a little while to work things out.
And by the way, the reason she broke up was not because she's missing out on life, it's because she can't stand the intimacy.
Is that
she has to sabotage that. And now she's trying to control it and kind of come back to it, and it's not going to work.
Doug?
Yeah.
You're in for a very tough row to hoe, as they say, with this one. Your work is cut out for you.
Yeah.
Man, I would wuss out if I were you. You know what I'm saying? She broke up. Leave it at that.
If you were to have sex with her, all kinds of chaos could erupt.
Don't have sex.
Think about this is stalking material and that kind of stuff.
Move on.
Yeah.
We'll let her move on too.
Yeah.
Listen, I dated a lot of nutty women, and I don't think there was ever any overt abuse in their childhood. There was some deal, divorce, broken families, stuff like that. But no, overt sexual abuse or physical abuse. There were still nut jobs. Still impossible to have a relationship with. Part of it could have been me, but I don't think so. I think it was all of them, Drew. Wouldn't you agree? I'm just saying, it's a tall order. Josh?
Hi.
You're 16.
Yeah. There's a new system for telling how old your dog is in, human years.
Really?
Yeah.
How's that work?
Well, what it is there's 14 years for, the first year, and 7 for the second, and like 4 for every year after.
Christ, I hate when I have to write stuff down. 14 years for the first year.
Mm-hmm.
What's the next year?
7 for the second.
7 for the second.
Mm-hmm. And 4 for the third.
4 for the third.
And what comes after that?
Well, every year after the third is like 4.
It's 4. All right.
That's 4 after that.
Yeah, it just keeps going.
Okay, so if your dog is 10, 10 years old, with that system, how old is he?
14 plus what?
7,
Plus 7
21, and then
8 more times 21. It's like 42.
Huh?
Right?
Wait, that can't be right.
All right, 14.
14.
Plus, what do you say, 7?
7.
21.
And then 4 for every year.
8, 32, so it's 55.
55. All right.
53.
Hey, Josh?
Yeah.
Where'd you hear that?
I heard it from like this guy who said he like read it in the newspaper.
Okay, stop talking to him.
Okay.
Okay, take care. That's not right. 10 years old isn't 55, is it? Well, maybe it is now, with my new theory.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, very fascinating. All right, Drew, let's sell the hell out of a call. Let's really get a good one in here. Girlfriend has no sex drive. What about that one? How to spark? No, I don't like that one. She's pregnant. Boyfriend seems to have the same symptoms as she has. This I kind of like.
Right.
I mean, the guy has morning sickness and irritability and bloating and all that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is good. We'll speak to Mandy about that when we come back.
But I think I went somewhere in February that year.
All right. Listen, I space out all the time with
In fact,
that kind
I
of
know
stuff.
I went somewhere in February that year.
All right, Drew, that's enough. Mandy,
Yes.
you're 18.
Yes, I am.
You're pregnant?
Yes.
How far along are you?
About 5.5 months.
Aren't you scared?
Yes.
Yeah. That's what I would be. And you have a boyfriend?
Yeah, he's actually my fiance, but
Hey, how about that? How old is he?
he's 20.
Okay. And what's the question?
Well, I'm pregnant, and he has morning sickness, and he's gaining weight and getting cravings just like I am.
Yeah. He's drinking too much beer, though. That's the difference.
It is not uncommon for men to have sympathetic symptoms, meaning symptoms that seem just like yours. Even when you have labor, they can have abdominal pain. And also men tend to get into a pattern of sort of nesting themselves when the woman is pregnant. They usually tend to eat better, not maybe more, and take care of themselves, start exercising, and there's just a pattern there that it's real common when a male's involved with a woman who's going to have a baby.
Isn't that more prevalent in gay guys, Drew?
Nope.
Mandy?
Yes.
So it's not that I'm common.
Well, good.
Yeah? Is he throwing up?
He has a few times.
Really?
Yeah.
You got to look into that just to make sure that's something else.
Yeah, but, let me tell me he needs to be strong at this point. Because the kid's going to come along, he's going to start cramping in his pants and crying a lot.
Wear your pacifier.
Yeah, sucking on a pacifier and spitting up on you. I'll tell you, that's the one thing about kids I can't understand. I should say I can't stand is the slobber factor.
The vomiting part. Yeah.
The vomit and slobber.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but when they're your own, I guess you get immune to that. It's kind of like you're slobbering on yourself.
Yeah.
But, like when like a mom hands the child to, like my sister, she'll hand my nephew to me. There'll be a long string from her on. I swear to God, I'm scared the kid's going to snap back and hit her in the face. The long string of mucus that goes to me, and then as I pull apart, the mucus will go onto my forearm, and I got all this hair in my forearm, and it's like I'm never going to get that out.
Oof.
I got sperm on my forearm from 1974. There's no way I'm getting that mucus out of there. You don't mind that though with your kids?
They don't do that anymore. But I remember
the drilling phase.
We had a diaper service that we had so much crap and stuff going on that we used the diapers just as a protective. We ended up using all disposable diapers, but we'd use the washable diaper to protect ourselves and for wipe up and all that kind of stuff.
I mean that whole.
It was just we were steeped in that. We actually did a television show, and my kids were like 4 months old, 3 months old, something like that. I went into it. After I, finished dealing with the kids, I rushed over to do it and put my hands through my hair, and when I was in makeup, there was all this stool in my hair.
I remember that.
You had Duke in the hair?
Yes, baby Duke.
How'd the kid crap on your head?
It was just, there was so much of it all the time. We were in it It was just on my hands, and I put my hands in my hair, and there it was. That's it.
Oh, could you imagine? That's Duke.
There's 3 kids going all the time.
Oh,
You come in with barf on your shirt. You come in with all kinds of...
that is
like,
three,
what the heck is that?
3 mouths and 3 bungholes.
If anything, I want to be dominant.
Oh, see, I know this is what's going to make me a bad parent. I don't go for that.
You'll suddenly be immune.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. And I would still rather be peed on than spat on.
You'll get that. Don't worry.
Oh, well.
They won't leave that out.
Okay. Would you rather be spat on or peed on?
It's all the same.
I know, by a stranger.
Oh. Pee is probably a little more sterile.
Really?
Probably.
I thought I was the only guy in town who thought this way. I'd rather a guy pee on my leg than... Well, I'd rather him pee on my leg than spit in my face.
Yes.
But I guess I'd rather him spit in my face than pee in my face.
Oh, come on.
It's kind of hard to tell. But if it's the same amount of volume, I'd go with the urine. You know, it was a tablespoon of urine, a tablespoon of... maybe. You know, Jimmy's cousin Sal?
Yeah.
First time I met him, we went to this water park.
Yeah.
Peed on my leg.
That's nice.
We weren't 14. This is a year and a half ago.
You thought it was funny?
Yeah, I thought it was funny too, and I peed back on. We're in the bathroom, actually. You know, you go to one of those water parks, it's like a big urinal. I mean, all the concrete slopes toward main drain, you know, and everyone's walking around in shorts and sopping wet, and it's like, guys must just pee while they're walking down their slide. I know guys pee while they're walking in that place. Because there's one big piss farm, those things.
And of course, you immediately become 14. You could be 65, but you're 14.
I was standing in the bathroom. The guy starts peeing on my leg. It's the first day I met him.
Yeah. Brad.
Hi, guys.
Hi, what's going on?
I'm a health educator. I'm 28, and I have to teach kids of various ages about drugs and sex and other things, too, but those are the 2 most controversial things. And my question is, you guys have a lot of success being candid, but we get a lot of calls from parents saying they don't even want boys and girls in the same classroom.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, what's your viewpoint on this? Because I remember when I was in 6th grade, the same thing. And I don't think that it's a very good... It doesn't set a very good precedent, because then they go thinking, oh, there's all these secrets about the other sex that we can't know.
Yeah.
How old are the people you're talking to?
Well, specifically, I'm thinking about 5th, 6th graders right now.
And you want to talk to them about drugs and about sex?
Well, actually, the class I have in mind is mostly about puberty.
Yeah.
Not specifically about sex, but if you're going to talk about puberty, you're going to talk about sex, because they're going to ask about it.
Yeah, I would keep it very softball and let them ask the questions. And I would keep it all together.
Keep it all together.
Yeah.
Well, the parents they can't control the questions the kids are going to ask.
That's right. I would. It's
gonna be great.
But I would keep it a real softball and realize that it doesn't. It's a little traumatizing in pre-puberty. They just don't quite. It just doesn't process properly the information. There's a good body of evidence that suggests it's important to initiate communication with a kid between the age of 8 and 12. But that the overt sexual information isn't really utilized and can't be sort of assimilated until 12 and over.
My first lecture would be entitled Rim Job versus Reach Around.
That's nice.
I write it up in the big chalkboard. Rim job. I like when teachers talk while they write. Job versus...
We have to dart the issues about sexual, sex issues anyway. But when it comes to just puberty and puberty changes and what they can expect in the next few years, many of these kids are going through it. The parents are still sometimes asking us to keep these kids separate.
I don't know why. I just keep it very matter of fact.
They want to keep them separate while they're talking about it.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing I would think. Wouldn't you think people would be sort of, and this is not why the parents want to do it, but it still could end up working out. Don't you think like a young girl would be inhibited, for instance, asking about her period if she knew the school jack-off was sitting behind her?
I think that's a different thing, though. I mean, I think if you want to separate them then into male and female and see if there are issues that then, as such, they want to address, I think that's good.
So maybe part apart and part together.
Yes, I think one together where you just are matter of fact. This is what human beings are. This is the stages that you're going through in your development. These are the pieces. These are the parts, and then separately see if they come up with anything more substantial.
So the problem is we get these kids because their teachers usually don't want to talk about it. We only see them for an hour, and then they're out of there. So we're trying to figure out the best way to accomplish it.
The more invested you are in the material, the more entertaining you make it, and the more you let them guide it. the better it's going to go.
And the whole thing where if they ask the question, they're ready for the answer, may or may not apply.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I keep it real softball.
Oh, they're going to laugh their ass off no matter what.
They always do.
Yeah, they will. And I just think that the whole theory that sexual information needs to be pushed on kids to be sure they've got it is a mistake. I think you just you
Drew,
keep it.
Don't go nuts with the pen over there. Drew's getting nervous now. Anytime he talks about sex ed and kids, he thinks about his own kids and he starts getting real antsy.
Well, the parents I talk to are the same way. Not to say that Drew's that way.
No, I'm that way.
He is that way.
Believe me, I'm that way.
Well, I just got off the phone with a mother today who kept me on the phone for about 45 minutes. She wanted to hear the same thing over and over again.
What was it she was concerned with?
She was concerned. She wanted to know exactly what we were going to talk about. And she was really concerned with we were going to bring up sexual orientation at all.
Yeah. Is she have a girl?
I think she did. I believe she did.
She's going lesbian.
And, well, I appreciate the call because she's involved.
Yeah, right. I was just going to say that. At least she's involved. But then, these are the parents, unfortunately, that tend to become intrusive. And that's a form of abuse, too. So it's let the kids guide it and just use your instincts on how far to go with the information.
Yeah.
But it's just stating the facts.
I say you get some cab driver from New York to get up there and go, when a broad's really horny and a coos gets all moist and the guy's schwanz is hard. You don't think that would traumatize him, Drew?
I'll just be like you talking.
Yeah, that was kind of like me talking.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, the kids. Why do they have to grow up?
You ever talk to a group of 12-year-olds?
No.
It's hard. Difficult.
I used to do a show for the Catholic Big Brothers each year. It's hard to make them laugh, too. They're tough audiences.
Right.
Little bastards. It's all right. Santa knew I was right. Jay?
Yeah.
What's going on with you?
Well, my problem is I've been seeing someone for about 7 years now, and we have a small child together. And our sex life really sucks.
Right.
Why?
Well, she says when we have sex, it hurts. She has no sex drive. We've gone for like 2 years without having sex, and I kind of I don't know what to do. We want to get married, but I'm afraid.
Drew and I are on 18 months, so please, who are you talking to?
Have you ever called the show before?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
This is my first time.
All right. And we're running out of time.
Yeah.
Listen, when a woman closes down sexually and says it hurts. I don't think it's mostly something emotional, not usually physical thing.
Just sort of as a general response we give is that there's something missing in the relationship. You need to provide something to her that she's not getting.
That's right.
Just be more emotionally in tune and try to nurture her and provide what it is that she actually needs.
All right. Can I plow through a call here?
Yeah.
Alexis has got sexually active all at once. Her friends thinks she's trash now. She wants some help. Alexis?
Yes.
Don't listen to him.
You've had multiple partners?
Yeah.
All right, listen. Don't brag about it, but don't listen to them.
Well, they're scared. They're
freaked out.
Aberrant behavior.
Things blow over real fast.
Yeah,
though.
but maybe this is part of some acting out of something substantial, and they're just rejecting her as a result of that.
Alexis?
Yes.
Your dad ever touch you?
No.
Everything fine?
Yeah.
You love your papa?
Yeah.
Okay. Don't talk about it, and it'll blow over. This is how it is. You can't give him stuff to run with.
Yeah.
All right. Ryan?
Yeah.
What's going on? No, I'm going to tell you what's going on. Just can't find a girlfriend he likes as much as he did his first true love, right?
Can't find him.
Yeah, we're all that way. Don't worry about it. You'll find someone else.
4 years.
4 years, big deal.